There are also something called as goals for a book. Like apart from the reasons, the reasons are why you need to write your book or become an author. These are the very strong reasons. That's why we handle why first. How and what can come later. But first you need why you need to write a book or publish a book. And it is easy. Trust me, it is so easy. It doesn't take time. It is so easy when you know how to do it. I'm going to explain you. I'm going to also share a resource with you on how to get this done. But first you need to understand why, and then you need to understand what and how can come later. So there are a few goals why people write books. I have a bunch of goals here, the common ones, because I have coached hundreds of people create their books, and I have also published hundreds of people publish their books internationally. So these are the common goals why people write non-fiction business books, right? Number one, get recognized as an authority or a thought leader or an influencer in a field. So important. When you want to, even before you write your first sentence or even before you think about a topic for your book, you need to figure out a goal for your book. And one of the goals is get recognized. If you are looking for recognition in a particular field or an interest group, you write a book on that topic. The result you want from the book, what the people get from the readers get from the book goes into the content, but what you get back from the book are the goals. That is why I always try to, some people come to me directly with their manuscript in their hands and they say, Ram, I have written this book, I have created a manuscript, would you publish it? I would say no. And my first question would be to ask them, what is the goal for your book? Then the next question is, who is going to read your book? Have you thought about that? Because it's not everything that you know that has to go into the book. It is what the reader wants to know that has to go into your book. So if you are experienced in your industry, let's say you are 5 years experience, 10 years experience in your industry, probably you can write a book for every 2 years of your experience, one book each. Like let's say you have 20 years of experience in your industry, you can write 10 books. That's how much insight you already have. That's how much wisdom you already have. That's how much perspective you already know that you can teach other people. Putting everything into one book makes it into an encyclopedia, and people don't like reading encyclopedias, trust me on that. So you need to figure out or choose a goal for your book, and one of the goals is get recognized as an authority or a thought leader or an influencer in a field by writing a book. Let's figure out the topic later. Another goal commonly considered is generate leads for a business or a service. Let's say you are running your training program or you're running your coaching program, or you have a business, or you have a product, or you have a service, or let's say you have an offer to make to the world, right? You are selling something. Maybe it's your time, your product, your service, whatever it is. You have something to offer. And if you want more people to pick up your offer or consider your offer positively, that means you want to generate more leads for your business, more people in your events, more participants for your workshops or seminars or training programs. Number one way is to create a book for that particular purpose, And I also tell you what kind of book you should create. But first you should choose the goal. The third goal for a book that most people consider is to share an important idea or a piece of wisdom that helps people. Maybe you have gone through your life, you have got all this experience, you want to give it back to the society, you have learned some perspective, like you have figured out how to get things done in a particular fashion. That is your way of doing things. There will be several other ways to people are doing that, but you want to teach people your way. You want to share a piece of wisdom that you have picked up on your journey. How do you do that? Write a book on that topic. And maybe, who knows, you could be recognized for your expertise on this topic through your book, the man or the woman who wrote this book, right? Another goal for a book, and remember, you cannot have all of these different goals in one book, right? Maybe you can have one primary goal and one secondary goal for your book. That's why it's so important to choose one goal for a book and not combine different goals into one book. Again, it will become a messy book, and people don't read messy books, right? Another reason or a goal why people write books is to launch a new career or advance a career. Maybe you have been in the corporate world, you have been working all your all these years, and now you want to say goodbye to your work as an employee and you want to become a consultant, or you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to go on your own. You have done enough of service to a company, you want to break free and you want to explore the world on your own, then you are launching a new career. That doesn't mean that you are a rookie. Your experience comes along. So how do you prove to the world that you are experienced, you can be trusted, you can be, you have that abilities to do this task? Is launch a book, to launch a career. So many people have done that, especially professionals who quit their jobs and start their own profession. They can launch their careers, the new careers, or advance their careers at a very high level right from the beginning, using a book as the entry point. Because when you write a book, people automatically consider you as an expert. You get the celebrity status, you get the know, like and trust factor. People try to connect, they already have connected with you on the book, and you already can reach out to people who have read your book or got exposed to your book, or you can even give away your book. So there's a different ways to use marketing for a book. I will tell you about that as well in probably in another video. But this video is all about choosing the right goal for your book. And number 5, another goal that people have for writing a book is to sell a lot of books and make a lot of money. And remember, these two are different goals actually. Most people think if I sell a lot of books, I will make a lot of money from the books. May not be true. So what I mean is, selling a lot of books could be your agenda for your book or creating your book, but that may not be equivalent to making a lot of money unless you are expecting a big royalty from the book. Most first-time authors, because I work mostly with first-time authors, they are not interested in the royalties of the book, like per se, like their eyes, because they have a different, a business or a back end or a service or something else behind the book. The book is like a business card. I mean, imagine you try to sell your business card. You want to go and give your business card to someone. You ask, like, give me like $1 for my business card. Like that's how it comes along. The best way for a business to create a book or sell a lot of books is to reduce the price, and they do that because they have a background business that the book is feeding them. Probably a book is like the top of the funnel entry point for your audience. Maybe the book, giving the book, people, you can like get so many people enter your marketing funnel, enter your sales funnel, then they graduate, and now probably after they know you, like you, trust you, they will buy a lot more from you. That's actually the reality. That's what is happening. Maybe 1,000 people buy your book. Maybe you don't make that much of a profit as royalties, but then out of these 1,000 people, maybe 100 people may buy one of your seminars or your programs or your offers. That is way more lucrative than trying to get money as royalties solely. See, when you can get 100 times, 1,000 times more money than royalties, my argument is, why do you want to settle for teeny beeny royalties when you can get like 10x, 100x, 1000x, sometimes even 10,000 times the royalties that you get from business that follows the book. Right. Another goal for people to try to write a book is the goal that you choose is to hit it to a bestseller list. Again, this is individual preference. Maybe you don't want to do that, maybe you want to do that, but this is another very valid reason why you want to write a book, because getting to the bestseller list is a very interesting and a very intensive experience, and once you hit that, it's like on top of, you're already an author, you're already different from, you're already in the top 2%, maybe top 1% in your industry right after you become an author, right? And becoming a best-selling author or hitting that bestseller list is like being the top, like the topmost echelons in that particular industry. So people want to do that. They want that exclusivity. They want the top leadership position. Yes, this could be a very valid goal, primary goal, or it can also be a secondary goal. Maybe you choose a different goal. Maybe becoming a bestseller or hitting the bestseller list could be your secondary goal. In fact, in my hybrid publishing house, whoever I coach and I publish using, from my company Stardom Books, we make sure that all our authors hit the bestseller list, because we run a campaign. As soon as we publish a book, we run a campaign for all our authors so that all of them hit the bestseller list. And today, I'm so proud to say that all of our authors are best-selling authors. They all have reached the top 5. All of them except one book which reached top 4th position, all of them have hit the top number 1 position so far. I'm so proud to say this. The idea is they start with the end in mind. That's why it worked. It's not like you just can take any book and advertise that, market that to hit the bestseller list. That's not going to work. It has to be, planned right from the beginning, right from the day you choose to decide to write a book. If you are choosing to write a book today, you need to choose your goal. You need to choose, start from zero, that stage, and then go step by step. And till now, you have not even thought about the content of your book, and that is the number 1 mistake that people make. They just jump. When they think about writing a book, they open their computer or laptop and they start creating their book. And you know what happens after a few pages? Like writer's block sets in, and that's when the project becomes a someday project, So when you have a specific goal, you laid out a specific goal, and you have laid out, you found your why that you are going to write this book, and then you follow the step-by-step process. It's so easy. It's rapid, it is easy, and you can do it, I can do it, anyone can do it if you have the right system in place. And there is one more goal. People say sometimes, they say, Ram, I don't care about goals, I don't care about anything, I just want to write this book as a legacy. I just want to do it for myself and my family. I want to feel good. That's a very valid reason actually. There are a few people, they already have hundreds of thousands of people, fan followings perhaps, and they just want to create everything they know and put it into a book, and they just want to give it away. Very valid goal. So there may be some other goal. There are many other goals to write a book, but these are the major ones that I wanted to share with you. Now, if you are thinking, or if you are an author aspirant, think about the goal that you want to choose, one primary goal and one secondary goal for, or even before you think about the topic for your book. All right.